Hello, everybody. Hello, GenRight Nation. I'm Tony Pellegrino here with Jeff Perkins, and this is Tech Talk. Tech Talk is something that we do every Wednesday at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. If you are watching live, we really appreciate that because part of the fun is interacting with all of you. So, again, thanks for joining us. If you're not joining us live, make sure that you turn on your notifications and like or subscribe to our channel, and then you'll never miss one. So that would be nice. Of course, if you would like to ask a question, you just need to type it in as a comment, and Jennings will read those to us periodically. So just type them in there and include as much information as you can, and we'd be happy to try and get to all the questions. Let's see. If you missed the last Tech Talk, the easiest place to go and find them is over on our YouTube channel. So you can go back and watch. There's 1,000 of them. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot. Do you know what Tech Talk we're on?
No, I should look that up. I should look that up because I think this is 4 years now.
It's since COVID broke.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, wasn't it?
And I was doing them every day.
I know. I remember that.
So I know there's some of those shows we need to go back and reshoot, like do a better job.
I think we'll probably do.
But yeah,
because I remember outside in your carport just
Yes.
being like.
But people came to me and said, "Oh man, that got me through COVID because I was bored."
Oh, for sure.
Bored to tears. Anyways, Jennings, who we got watching so far?
Jerry DeRimple says, hello, GenRight.
Hey, Jerry. I'm sure your name will be brought up
Your
today
ears
in this
must
recap.
have been burning earlier, yes.
Patrick Vaughn says, hi, Tony and Jeff from San Diego.
Hey,
Nice.
Patrick.
Online Jeep classes in session.
That's right.
Mark Lawrence says, hello, GenRight.
Hey, Mark.
JC Cologne says, hello, GenRight. Congrats, Jeff, on first place. If you ain't first, you're last. Shake your head.
Thank you.
I guess the hashtag Jeff Rules is really true.
Yes.
Two Feather Channel says, ho, 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 hammer time.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Kathy
like that.
McCavis
Might
says,
steal that
hi.
for a post.
Nick Repanich is watching. Hi,
All right,
Nick.
Big Nick.
VB Tom says, hello, GenRight Nation. Keith Lyons watching, says, woohoo, it's Wednesday in Tech Talk.
Yeah.
Preston Palmer says, hello from Cedar City, Utah.
Wow.
Richard Jedlowski says, hi, Tony and the GenRight team.
Rich.
Fred Bluevelt says, good evening, everyone. Ari's watching, says, hi.
Hey, Ari.
gotta
Alex
get him out
Israel
there next
says,
year.
hey,
Yeah.
guys. Keith Crum says, hello, GenRight from Spencer, Indiana.
Oh, nice.
Goose 4x4 says, loving the holiday vibes.
Nice.
Thanks.
Nick says, yeah, I'm just happy to finish. That's right. Matt McDonough said, did Jeff get a day off for taking the dub?
Jeff got to be there.
Esteban Gonzalez is watching. Sean Johnson says, good evening, GenRight from Raleigh, North Carolina. Jerry says, I wish I watched your engine swap series before I committed to what I did. And a bunch of other people are still jumping on.
Nice. Oh, and here's our other guest. Mr. Jordan is joining us just in time. Okay.
Never mind.
He'll
He'll
join
be
us
right
in a few.
back.
Yeah.
BRB.
Yeah. So, can I keep going, or are you still reading names? Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's more people
Moving
jumping on.
Today is a recap, best we can, of the number 3, the third one,
Yep.
Real Hammers Experience. And for those of you that are not familiar with what this is a class that I actually wanted KOH to host, to put in as an official class at the real race. But we do this as a media event. So right now what we're doing is we take a bunch of the aspects so that people like you guys watching can get the real Hammers experience. And that means a few different things, right? That's navigating the terrain, driving in the dust, being around other vehicles. You've got all the gear on, your helmet, your race suit, your neck brace, right? You're restrained now, right? Like the window nets.
Which is totally different. If you
Totally
haven't
different.
driven in that kind of scenario where you can't totally turn, you certainly can't stick your head out the window, see where that rock is. Like, you have to memorize your lines before you get there.
You can't even see the shifter.
No.
Like, you can't
no.
see anything.
And we always joke with people that buy our center console, and they're like, well, I should put that down there. I'm like, if that's a locker switch or something you need, don't put it to where you have to look down. Otherwise, you'll be fishing around, turning stuff on and off.
Yeah, and I know Jerry's on, but Jerry, Josh, a lot of those guys that this was their first time wearing all the stuff, they can, type in a comment and attest to how much more difficult that makes
Well,
it.
so can I remember the first time I put it on at the Hammers, I hit a bowling ball size ripping around practice. I hit a bowling ball size boulder, dented my whole wheel. We had to pry off the rotor. Then I got the yellow wheel of shame as a spare.
right.
That was back when Terremoto was still black and yellow.
Yeah.
There's
That's
a few
right.
people that had that wheel on that
there
trip.
is,
though.
yes,
Yeah.
for sure. There's Jordy. Come on over, Jordy.
Yeah. But my
in
favorite part
here.
about the Real Hammers experience is you build your Jeep, you put 40-inch, 42-inch tires on, because that's what everybody with a built Jeep wheels with, and then you decide you move to California, and you decide you want to go faster and fast on the trail. Next thing you know, racing looks appealing, but there's really no class for you unless you go down to 37s. But at this point, you're already used to wheeling on 40s. So
Right. Why would you go down?
and from
right?
co-driving with Peter in the 353 car, it's a world difference. So there's really nowhere for you to go.
Right. Right. So this, I refer to it as the windshield class, right? Because it should really be a full frame, street legal Jeep. Headlights, wipers, windshield, blinkers, license plates, like the whole deal. And tub.
Frame. Well, that's the big thing. Tub frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, as you guys know, when we do one of our kits, whether it's a Legend, a Tracer, an Elite, or we have the full frame. So the front and rear
Yeah.
of the frame is still
Yeah.
100% factory.
Yeah, which
So-
there's no reason for it not to be.
Right.
Like
right.
the front
It's
and back
not the
half
limiting
kits,
factor.
I would love
Yeah.
to see them come
Yeah.
give this a
So-
go.
Goose 4x4 says, Mr. LGRP.
Yeah, that's
That
right.
would
That's
be
right.
you.
Made it. He
Heat
made
wave
it.
present.
He made it.
Okay, so you guys can talk about how this is a personal challenge to even finish this course. It's also a test of your equipment. Like, you may think you have the most badass machine, but just like the real hammers, man, the things you don't expect can definitely go wrong.
Especially in a full body Jeep. Like, keep in mind, even the first OG13 course was raced with what they, at the time, were basically race buggies, rock crawling buggies.
Yeah, rear steer.
Air
like-
shocks.
yeah.
Rear steer. Well, heck, some of them may have even had water in the tires.
Yeah.
But,
Shocks, leaf springs. Yeah.
but nobody's really tackled it in a full body Jeep. So it'll test the toughest full body Jeeps for sure. And
Yeah.
I think you guys saw in the video that 3-4 people finished. So it definitely test everything.
Much like the real hammers, a very high
Uh-huh.
attrition rate, right?
Very high. And then
Yeah.
it tests your driving too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because most people, like, we go out, we'll leave camp, we'll go run Aftershock, we'll come back, you get a nice little break.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to keep a level head. You have to keep it all together. Trail, desert, trail, 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 trail.
That's right.
Desert.
Did you get to watch his in-car that he just posted last night?
I have not watched it.
Dude,
yet. I have
it
not
is
watched
great.
yet. I want to watch it.
And
though.
it gives you, I mean, the perspective is that you're driving, right? Like, so it's really just what you see of the hood and the trail.
Yeah.
And it shows people, I want everybody to see it because it shows them that you're hitting one trail after the next.
Yeah.
You don't get a break.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot of people might be able to do 2 or 3, but dude, they're going to be blowing bubbles by then. This is
Yeah.
11.
And it's this course. Most people probably don't know, but that course is very similar to what a lap 2 would look like in 4400, in 4500.
Yes.
In a lot of the rock hammers races. That's a form of the current day lap 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple trail changes, but it's there's only so many different ways you can link all those trails together.
That's right.
At the
That's
end of the
right.
day, so
Yeah. So
You
that's a
can only
good
go
point.
one way or the other.
Yeah.
around
That's a
the
good
whole
point,
mountains.
Jordan, because for those of you watching, what they did over the years was they just kept adding desert to the course before it got to this. Because what they were trying to do was thin out the racers so that there wasn't bottlenecks on the trail. And I can tell you this, 50% of the racers are out by mile 50. So that means they don't even come in off the first lap.
Yeah.
Or maybe they make it to the main pit, but they're done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot of guys don't even get to do this. And then the third lap, if it's not enough, they make you do even harder trails than what are on here.
That
So-
and more.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy. But this small sampling gives you a real feel for what it's like.
Yeah.
We have pit stops. We're all on the same radio channel so that you get a chance to hear what's happening. You know, you can communicate with other drivers. You know, like, hey Jeff, we need fluids, or we're stuck. Can you help us, or whatever?
That
Right?
was a very specific example, Tony.
That's funny.
Nana GenRight's watching. She says, just riding with Jordan in the race car, nearly fully outfitted. I felt like I was in a full body cast.
Yeah.
Not even enough room for a Kleenex, let alone a deep breath.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Cameron says, hi, guys.
Oh, good.
What's up,
Cameron's on.
Cam?
Okay, good.
Alan Alvarez jumped on, and Josh Nesser are watching.
All right, good. So all those guys need to be.
Oh, and Jeep Pope, Dennis.
Okay, good. They all need to be typing in stuff for
Dennis
sure.
says, I had to turn the lockers on and off for Jerry throughout the race.
Yeah, there you go. Probably because he couldn't see them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, okay. So let's, did we cover everything about it? It was 9 drivers, 11 trails. Why don't you read off the names?
All right. Well, if you watch the video, we had Bill Walton from
Yep.
Carson City. He was mixing up with you for a while up front.
He was fast. I mean, unfortunately, his water cooling system couldn't keep up with his
Yeah.
driving ability.
To be honest, when we left the start, I was expecting to be able to catch everyone before Outer Limits besides you. And I didn't see him to the end of Outer Limits.
I know. If he had cleared that obstacle, he would have been moving.
I know.
Yeah.
We had Evan Osborne from Ohio. He had a great time.
Yeah.
He's the one in the video that said he brought the knife to the gunfight. But I think he'll be back next year. He had a great time. He's a good driver. So then, of course, we had crazy Alan Alvarez from Delaware. Nobody worked harder at this event than him.
Yeah, that's for sure. Good thing he brought his own pit crew.
Yeah. He was up late the night before. The last 2 nights putting in a new
bringing
locker, changing new joints. He had a whole crew going
It's like
on.
a trend with Alan.
Yeah.
It's definitely, but I don't know too many people that wheel as hard as him.
That's true. That's true. And
Yeah.
he really doesn't work on
Well,
his stuff that much.
Wheel as hard as him with no maintenance
Yeah,
until
that's-
you need the pit
So,
crew.
yes,
That's
exactly.
the Alan Alvarez MO.
I know. He
Who
makes it
else?
happen, though, every time.
Then we had Josh Nazer. He's a good driver. He just had a freak break in Outer
Yeah.
Limits.
Yeah.
So
He said the unexpected issues got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
name of the game. How many
Yeah.
people the KOH race ends on a $4 bolt or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're lucky. It was always the expensive stuff. We had McKenna Murdoch. She was in the red Jeep. She's a good driver. I think
Yeah.
she's already ripped her engine apart, put a stage 3 Brian Tooley cam in it.
Nice.
Done all kinds of stuff. I've
Yeah.
been seeing her on Instagram, so I think she's prepping for next year.
Good.
We had Cameron Harris. Obviously, he's a great driver. If he ever gets an LS, we're hosed. But
Don't forget Jerry.
no, oh yeah, we had Jer Bear. He 3rd place finisher. We pushed him over the line. He had a great time. They were all smiles when
Yes.
they came in.
Oh,
They had a
yes.
great time.
Yeah.
I love halfway through the video when they're like, "We had 3 tires in the air, one was touching."
That was fun.
That's Dennis. He's a character. He's awesome. Then we always had me and you.
Yep. That's the 9. Okay, so were you about to go over the safety gear, or is that what you were gearing up
I
for?
don't know what I was about to do.
Yeah. Okay, so to do this, it does require a minimum amount of safety gear.
Wait, that wasn't next on the list. Read that.
There's a question.
Oh.
Roger Betancourt asked, it was a great video. Do you need a full pit crew for this event?
No, we actually provide the pit crew. So you can bring your own pit crew if you want, but we provide a crew that sits at we double the pit as a checkpoint. So you have to make a stop there to at least get your sticker, and then you can keep moving. So but one of the reasons I wanted to include Jordan in on this was because he ran with us last year. He ran in his full 4400 race car. And by the way, he set the all-time record of 1 hour and 58 minutes to run this course. So that is like unbelievable fast, and he knows these trails well. He's been wheeling out there for 10,
Years.
11 years already.
Years,
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
At least.
Well, I mean, code riding with me
Yeah,
even longer
yeah,
than
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But driving.
Driving,
Yeah.
10.
So, yeah. So that's that. We wanted Jordan's feedback, and you guys can ask him some questions too.
And he was out there this year.
Yeah, I was
Just
putting around,
and watching us all go
with
through.
Arnold, Yep.
Yeah. Although I think Arnold needs to run it next year.
I'm pretty sure you'll want to run it
We were
too.
talking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
We were talking about it. We were talking about whose Jeep we would run if we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, though we initially had a no trailing arms rule.
Yeah. That's right.
Jerry
Guess I will
Drimble
have to
says
disguise
the
the
in
trailing
car.
arm.
If you will.
Jerry says the in car from Jeff is crazy. Put it on the big screen with surround sound. It's
Oh,
the
nice.
best way to spend a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Was
There you
there
go.
like
Yeah.
music in it, or was it
No,
all
Just
just
motor
That's
sound.
cool.
Yeah. It's
Motor
cool.
and dash creaking and rattling.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
can hear them talking faintly.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
cool.
good though.
How long
It's
was it?
really good.
It was like
2.5 hours.
Yeah,
Oh,
around
that's
there.
pretty solid.
I mean, that was his runtime.
Oh, so it was the full
full.
thing.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
runtime was 2:26, and
Nice.
we. Yep.
So if we finish early enough here, we can even play a little bit of it.
That's sick.
So,
Yeah, cool.
yeah, it's good.
Well, should we talk about the vehicle requirements?
Sure, let's do that real quick. Let's tell them what the mandatory stuff is. A lot of these guys may already have that, so it would shorten the list of.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this, if you're wheeling hard, you should already
have it,
It
yeah.
may be the stuff you had to buy, like the race suit and stuff. We'll get into it. Absolutely a full frame Jeep,
Yep.
minus French-in shocks. Full cage, 2 shocks per corner, including air bump.
Right.
Well, we got to change the wording now. KOH doesn't count air bump as a shock.
Oh. Well, they're always changing the rules.
Yeah. So, 1 shock per corner with
Yeah.
air bump.
Yeah.
Window nets and mount kit for driver and passenger.
Yep. And that can be a temporary thing too. By the way, you don't have to like permanently weld anything to your cage.
Oh no.
That you can.
Well, I
but-
did, but
Yeah, so did I, but you don't have to. And that's considered a secondary door closure.
Yeah.
So that you can't open the door without dropping the
Yeah.
net. So
and mine super easy. Like within 10 minutes of being back, I zipped
Had
mine
it
off
off.
and I was
Yeah.
ready for trail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Backdoor mode.
Yeah, I think all of Alan's window net brackets clamp on.
Yeah.
They just clamp to the case.
It's
which
not like
is
you ever
nice.
put them up anyway.
Alan.
Alan. What else have we got? 5-point harness. Yeah, you really need the 5-point. You'll be much more comfortable on a 5-point with the submarine belt. That's what keeps your whole lap down.
yeah.
So like the 4-point harnesses, okay on the trail. I still think you'd be more comfortable in a 5-point, just rec
I
wheeling
do
like
too.
at Sand Hollow.
Yeah.
But for this, you need the 5-point.
Yeah.
Aluminum roof, at least 1/8 inch. If you've ever seen videos and people would just trees or rocks rip right through their soft top when they're wheeling, you'll completely understand why you need an aluminum roof.
Yeah.
It's just dangerous.
Yeah.
Rear light bar. Those
Just
are
safety
everywhere.
in the dust. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you watch the video, like especially in car, you can see it clear as day when you're coming up to someone. So that's very good to have. And if you're going to wheel hammers in general, you just need one.
Yeah.
Race radio and intercoms. Rugged's got us dialed in,
Yep.
but you definitely need that. Communicate with your co-driver, call in your race miles, your time. With this event, we want to know where everybody is at all times. If you need help, we're going to be there.
That's right.
We
And
sweep the course.
yeah, and if you're going for the real experience, guess what? You're going to have a radio
Yeah.
in the real
Yeah.
race,
Yeah.
right? So you got to have a
100%.
radio. Yeah.
Mark Lawrence asked, do you keep the same race course every year, or does it change?
So we have so far.
Yeah, well, it's kind of how this started. Is we thought it'd be cool to run the OG 13 King of the Hammers course. So every year it brings us back to where King of the Hammers all started, the original OG 13 race course. We talk about change before we race every year. We talk about should we add something, should we do something different, but.
We only got 4 finishers, so we need a little better
Yeah,
finisher rate.
so we need a better
I
finish
don't know
rate,
that we
and
need
then
to make it
change
tougher.
up. Yeah. Winch, obviously, should have
Yeah.
that. Toe straps, soft shackles, available and handy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, zip tie them to your roll cage if you have to.
Yeah.
Don't put them in your tool bag in the back like a lot of.
That's
Yeah.
buried.
Yeah, and that should be a rule for just rec wheeling too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate when people are like this, and I'm like, hey, throw me your soft
Then
shack.
it takes
And
them
they're
10
like,
minutes
get
to
in
get
the tool
the
bag.
yeah.
Well, most of the time they can't. They're in a situation
reach
they
it.
can't even get
Oh
out.
Yeah.
my god.
So yeah.
And then
What
down
else we
here,
got?
right? Like
Oh
fire
yeah,
suit,
safety.
helmet. Yeah.
Full race helmet.
Yep.
Two-wear race suit, race gloves, race shoes. I like the kit shoes better, but meet the same certifications.
Yeah.
Neck restraint, either a donut or no neck donuts. So like a Hans or a hybrid. You
Yeah.
like the Hans, I like the hybrid.
Yeah.
First aid kit, safety triangle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and if you buy, like we get when you participate in this event, we get a deal from the different manufacturers. So you can actually buy a helmet from Rugged that's already pre-wired. Everything plugs right into your race
Yeah.
radio and your intercom. I'm telling you, it is wonderful.
it's
So,
very nice.
Yeah.
And this year, if you're going to participate, or next year, if you're going to participate, I think we'll have the list a little earlier and get all those offers out earlier.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you want to participate, obviously everybody that ran it this year is welcome back. I think most of them already said yes, but there is an application on our website. It comes to both of us, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
we've already had a few people.
yeah. Already
apply.
signed
yeah?
up.
Yeah.
So it's
Nice,
good. They're getting the bug.
Yeah.
I like
Heck
it.
yeah.
And that link is also on the text for this video
Yes.
on YouTube. I
In
saw
the
that.
description.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jerry says, I can tell you it's no joke wearing all the gear. Lots to relearn when you do this.
It's a lot different. It's a lot different.
To me, it's fine when you're flowing through the trail. It's like when you have to stop, and you kind of lose sight of what you envisioned this trail.
Yeah. Or
And-
you're in something super technical and
Yeah.
you just want to, look out the window
Yeah.
to see, is my tire in the right spot? There's none of that.
You
No.
can't.
There-
right.
There's none of that.
But
Yeah.
maybe when I lose the rhythm and I'm like watching
It's
it, I'm
so
like,
hard, yeah.
crap, where was I in
Yeah.
the sequence that I
Yeah,
played out
yeah.
in my head?
Yeah, like, wait, what am I on top of right now?
Yeah.
Like, where am I?
Guess we'll just figure this out.
Yeah.
Then we require 2.5 ABC rated fire extinguishers. You need one accessible from inside the car and one accessible for people running up to help you. I run with 3 though.
I do too. And one of those stick things that you.
Yeah.
The element
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
But also I had a fire this year, so now I'm fire hydrant heavy.
Yeah.
It was Renee's first time on the trail. We had a fire, so
Jesus.
we're
You're stocked
extra
up.
cautious
You're
on the
stocked
fire
up.
extinguishers
You're
now.
stocked up now.
Yeah, and seatbelt cutters. I have mine taped to my roof.
Yep.
So if you ever get in a bad situation, you get it out, it's jammed or whatever, you just cut those things and
You're out.
get out.
But
Luckily,
they'll cut the nets too. Like they'll
Yeah.
cut whatever you need to get out.
luckily I haven't had to use one,
Yeah.
but have you?
Yeah.
I have not. No. Always keep one, but
Yeah.
don't.
Chris
Need
Carey
it.
wants to know if Tony's going to race KOH this year.
No, that's a big commitment, and it takes a lot of prep to be ready for that. So
Yeah, like already at this date, I think that ship sailed for next year.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So, all right, should we get to it?
let's
wait.
get to it.
Zach Guptill asked, do you have recommendations from places to get the race gear?
We
and is
do.
the list posted? How can we
We,
get a copy? Mark asked.
You just email Jeff
Yeah, email me.
or text him or whatever. Yeah,
Email me. But is Zach talking about like race suit and stuff?
that's what it sounded like.
So there's a few out there. We work with, or a lot of us have Simpson or Sparco. I think Simpson still has that outlet store, right? If you need to go
yeah.
try stuff on, get your sizes. I don't know that Sparco has that, but once you get your sizes, you can kind of zone it in.
And by the way, you want your race suit loose because when you sit in your seat, it gets tighter.
It
So if you
gets
buy
tight.
one that fits nice, it's going to be too tight by the time you sit down.
100%. You don't want it crazy loose, but you don't
Right. Yeah,
want it too tight.
yeah.
And if you go to Simpson or somewhere like that, you can also get a custom tailored suit if you
Or an odd body size. or
yeah
something.
yeah odd body size, or like you want it to fit perfect and you really want it to be a super nice suit and you're gonna
Yeah.
wear it all the time,
All the time, every Friday night.
Every day.
Yep.
Every
every
Friday.
day I'm
Every
wearing- I'm
Halloween.
wearing that thing
Yeah.
to work every day.
Yep, and it does cost. It's not going to be budget friendly.
No, but
Right.
again, like
Yeah.
it's one of those things where if you want it to be
No, what's a inexpensive suit? Are they like
Crow.
$300 or $400?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh,
Does
okay.
DJ Safety still
They
exist?
still have stuff.
Yeah,
I
I feel like
one of
they're
mine
one
is
of
still.
the. I think
yeah.
they're one of the most cost
Yeah, for a
friendly
two layer.
options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get going on the video, huh? Okay, so we're gonna start with this is the race course. Okay, this will go away in a sec. When I can turn on the noise, and we're gonna turn the mic over here since we're facing this way.
Do we need to mute it?
Yeah.
They need to be out there to have fun.
Okay.
So this is that was safety tech.
Yeah. Yeah, we do our own tech, right? Make sure everybody's
There's a
got the stuff,
checklist
and they
everybody
know where
goes
it
through.
is, right? Then, of course, each night, it's
Fire.
It's
Hanging
all
out.
about hanging out. And,
You need it or you'll freeze.
what I call bench racing, right?
Yep.
Here's our drivers' meeting.
Yep.
You can see everything's pretty informal.
Yeah.
This is part of what makes it fun, you know. So
Yeah, there's a lot of camaraderie around this because you're out there for at least 3 days with everyone, so it's a lot of fun.
yeah,
There's me passing tech. Paul trying to find something to film me on. That's Bill, Matt and Evan, Tony, Nick, Bill and Ian,
yeah.
Jerry and Dennis. My co-driver got there late, so that was just me. Me.
There's Jeff working on his Jeep.
We're just going over some stuff before the race.
There's Josh.
That day before the race, after pre-running, it's necessary.
It is. It is.
Start.
So okay, so this is important. We drew straws for the start
Mm-hmm.
order, right? That didn't get talked about here.
Oh, and I was not happy with this. I was like, man, Tony is like 2 in front of me. I am.
Yeah. So it's
oh.
2 cars per minute. That
Uh-huh.
way, there's minimal amount of dust,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll see as we take off here.
And I would say this year we lucked out. Conditions like in the morning were perfect.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
like
was nice.
yeah.
So there's McKenna.
Gosh, roasting Bill off the line. Evan, Josh's co-driver had a harness issue, so he was held back.
Cameron says I'm adding more fire extinguishers to my Jeeps.
Probably a good call. Yeah, we had a pretty good start there. We were ripping along.
So you can see the dust is broken up a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's there.
There's Cavs, me
There you
passing
go.
Evan. There's me passing Josh. We were ripping around pretty good around
Yeah, you had some
45,
good
50
vibes.
right there. There's Tony
Looks like
ripping.
business as usual. Mine.
Yeah.
No sawing of the steering wheel.
Sipping tea.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, this is the outer line to outer limits. This is the fast line.
this is fast.
It's a
Yeah,
fun one.
I love that.
Nick asked, how long does SFI race gear stay passable before it times out?
Do you know? Jeff and I were just talking about
Nick,
that.
I just asked Tony that before the show. I don't know. I think I need to send my hybrid in to get recertified.
Okay, this is the very last obstacle on outer limits. It is legit.
Yeah, this is where I was able to catch people because
Yeah.
I knew there'd be somewhat of a pile up here.
Yeah.
But Bill was right there with
Yeah,
you, huh?
yeah.
That's
He
good.
was taking my lines.
Yeah, it helps when you're just following
Yeah.
you. I didn't get a whole lot of
But
that.
he got stuck here.
Yeah, that's a hard line.
It
huh?
is a
It's
hard
a
line.
bad.
Even if this was wide open.
So look, see his front diffs on that rock,
Yeah.
like he's having. So Jeff was able to get around him. This is not the choice line, I would say.
It was my choice line. Pre-running, I'm like, I'm not
You're
touching
still doing that?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
Everyone got through that pretty clean.
yeah.
Everyone
I
got
did it
through
over the
that pretty
turkey
clean.
run, and it wasn't the Jeff's way.
Yeah,
you-
no, that's what I'm saying.
You just gotta
Everyone
get
got through it.
so high
Yeah.
that it feels terrible. I love this part where Cam just goes.
Yeah,
Later,
yeah,
later, Cam.
Yep, there's Alan.
yep.
Oh, I didn't realize he took this line either.
Zach Guptill asked, are cactus combs recommended for JV?
Cactus cones?
Combs?
I don't know what
I
that
don't
is.
know what that is.
Cactus cones?
So, no. There's Dennis. This one was talking to Story. He was up on one wheel. It was crazy, man.
I think they had the most fun of
Oh,
everybody.
I think so,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, they'll be back for sure.
Yeah, he's already said he's back. Tony,
Okay, so now we're ripping.
this is going to Aftershock, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
There's
coming
Nick's
into pit
hose.
one. Yeah,
Oh, no, this is pit 1.
yeah. So this is where.
This is first sticker.
Yeah, you get the first sticker, and Blake will check, steering or whatever. Like if you hit something or you think you have a flat, you can tell him,
Yeah.
like, hey, check it out for me.
This is me. I don't even know how far behind I was at this point.
Zach Guptill asked Jeff, what did you use to show the speed during the video you posted? Was that all internal for the 360 cam?
No, it's some little module you got to buy and adapt it to it.
It was
Super
cool.
cheap. Yeah,
It was cool.
super cool. But
Yeah.
I do think GoPro has one out now that their newest one will do that. Not just, they used to have just a speedometer. Now they have one that'll do what the Insta360 one does, just not 360. Aftershock, you were ripping along here pretty good.
So were you. Yeah. I think Nick was just telling me to settle down right there. I think that's what that hand motion was.
Well, I knew there's nobody in front of you, so if I was gonna catch you, like, you weren't hitting a traffic jam.
Well, you haven't seen my in-car. Kelly was coming the opposite way as I'm railing through there.
Oh, Kel.
But nobody was expecting us to be there that quick.
Well, that's what the media crew said. They're like,
Right.
you guys went way quicker than we anticipated.
Yeah.
So, all right,
So
now this
now
is
we're
like
on
entering Sunbonnet.
Yeah.
Devin says, hands down, one of the best experiences to be a part of. Definitely more fire extinguishers, Cam.
I'm so pumped Devin got to run it.
I know, that was cool. That was cool.
And then later that night, we went to run Turkey Call and Chocolate Thunder at like 11 p.m. And Devin fell asleep right in my Jeep. I've been going like 60 through the desert on the way to Chocolate Thunder. I look over, he's just out. And then we did all Chocolate Thunder. Didn't wake up till I woke him up back at camp.
That spot was a tough spot right there.
I hate this spot every year.
Yeah, I made it through there amazingly clean. Like, sometimes you're lucky.
Preston Palmer asked, will the GenRight crew be coming to Sand Hollow rather than Easter Jeep Safari this year?
Tony?
Well, we're not going to Moab, but we haven't decided whether we're doing Sand Hollow or the Hammers.
Yep.
So, but we're still working on that. This was amazing.
Yeah,
we
this is
were
a cool
this tight.
shot.
Yeah. Some of the drone footage. Okay, this is when my steering box just decided it was done.
Oh, I'm like, okay, I'm by him. And then I hear Nick, hey, Jeff.
You're like,
And I'm like,
damn it.
Cam's right there. And so I back up. And there goes Cam.
There goes Cam.
Bye, Cam.
Yeah,
Cat-
Cam
Okay,
definitely
question. Does
made use of
RM
that.
mean race mile?
Yes.
It does, yes.
Yeah. I
Sorry,
told
we
you
won't-
that was not
we will not
obvious.
make that mistake again. But we were too late in the video edit process to go back and change
Steve
that.
Bird says, hopefully one year I can make it out to watch and hang out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
for
we,
sure.
we need volunteers, like everybody that shows up to be part of the pit crew and stuff. Is a
This was
volunteer.
Devil's Slide. This was the first year I didn't blow by it. I think it was the first year you didn't blow by it either.
Yeah, I know. It looked a little more like a trail this time.
It did. It was definitely more burnt in.
That's where my vehicle fell off
Yeah.
the jack.
In the previous year, I passed Tony, I blew by Devil's Slide, and then I turned around, and I haven't even got back to Devil's Slide, and Tony's like, no, this way. So I turn around, follow him further away from Devil's Slide, and then we come back, have to turn around and find
He's
the
trying to
trail.
throw you off.
He was.
I ended up goofing up myself
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that
yeah.
process.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he tried to come up this way,
This,
and then
yeah.
I'm like, screw that, and I went
Yeah.
around. It's loose, though. I don't love that
It
trail.
is.
It's all just shit.
It is. Poor Evan. He was winching up that
Oh,
like 50 feet
Oh,
at a time.
man. Oh, the
No
pass
way.
for first.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he stuck with me for a
Yeah,
while. He's on a smooth
he
line.
jackrabbited when he saw you.
Yeah. I don't know if there's much jackrabbit left.
All right.
This
Here
is
we go.
sludge.
This is the real deal.
Yeah, this is a good drop. It felt fine though. I don't think I hit.
No, even in your in-car, it didn't seem like the camera took a big jolt or anything. This thing's nasty.
This thing sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That spot.
It's getting worse, and I
we
feel
came
like
up that at Thanksgiving. It was bad.
I feel like the boulder right in the middle of the base is getting bigger every
I know.
time I
How's that
see it.
possible?
I don't
It's all
know.
solid rock.
I do not care for that.
Okay. So here's pit 2. This is also a checkpoint.
Uh-huh.
So you've got these guys here. And the idea here is that they'll give you a little water, add some gas, they'll help you identify a problem, but it's really up to you and the co-driver to fix your Jeep if something's wrong.
Yeah, but they'll look at it.
Yeah. And
They'll tell you what's
before you
wrong.
get
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, that was the world's slowest gas up. At one point, I'm like, Paul, just stab a knife in the top of the can.
Here's Cam. He's trying to get up Fisher. Yeah, that's a challenge in a
Yeah.
4-cylinder.
And for those that don't know what the cone means, when you go into pit, they put the cone on your hood. And they keep it there until everybody's clear from the car, everybody's safe, and then you watch one guy, he takes off the cone. When he's out of the picture, then you can take off.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's, as a driver, you can't, all you can see is a little bit in your mirror, and, there could still be people underneath the vehicle. And, of course, you want to go, right?
Yeah.
You're like, come on, what's
You're-
going on?
you're
Yeah.
eager. Go
Well,
anyways.
it's funny, first or second year people will come out, help us at KOH, and we'll give, you don't have to be that mechanically inclined to hold a car, but they're like,
Right.
oh man, I'm like, I don't think you understand how important this car is, or this job is.
Yeah,
This will
it's
save
important.
legs,
Yeah.
this will.
Yeah, for sure.
Robert Fisher asked what happened to the steering box.
It spit out the lower seal, so as fast as we poured the fluid in, it was literally running out. So it was very unfortunate because I was being gentle on it, and
That's what you're known for, being gentle on stuff.
oh man, I did have a spare, and we went back and changed it out, and then rejoined the race. That's how I ended up being able to finish fourth.
Josh says, interesting fact, I talked with the people who made Sunbonnet today, and Devil's Slide is part of the original Sunbonnet Trail.
Oh, nice.
How does that happen? How on a random Wednesday? Hey, oh yeah, I chatted with the makers of Sunbonnet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's jackhammer right there,
Yeah.
and that spot is
Yeah.
Gnarly.
But the more momentum you're willing to carry through, you
better
can
off-
find your lines
The
halfway
better
up
off
it.
you are, yeah.
By the way, Alan's getting out here to go pee.
Yeah, it's not a long enough race to wear a catheter.
I did the diaper.
Yeah, I did not. It's a cool shot. The elite works
Troy
so
Merritt
well.
says it looks like fun.
It's super fun.
Right.
Nana
This is him
says,
winching. If you
awesome
notice,
video.
his front passenger's not spinning.
Nana says, almost as awesome as being there. Great time, great memories.
Poor Gunner. Wrecking ball. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this is funny. Going into this, about 40 feet back, I'm like, Bean, we're taking the bypass. Everybody with my wheelbase struggled on the waterfall at Thanksgiving, and I don't think I can do it on 20 psi. He's like, my wife will kick my butt if we come to Wrecking Ball and we take the bypass. I'm not going back and telling her that we didn't do waterfall. He's like, I'll get you up. I'm like, okay, but I'm just telling you, so you're fine winching?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll winch, but we're making it. Sure enough, here we are winching.
That's
Cost us
so
like 15
funny.
minutes, but
That's so funny.
I didn't have to listen to him. But
From your video in car, it seemed like your rear end when you started was a little bit
it,
driver. You needed to be. I think the rear needed to be over a little.
yeah, maybe,
Passenger.
but that's how I made. I think
And then you chose this fine line.
this is a great line. You got to keep shit. You got to get back on the horse after you winch.
Oh, this one.
You know this
Yeah,
one?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Ah!
There we go.
So many people have driven up that it looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
the trail.
Yeah.
It is the trail. You just saw it.
I just ran it. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Cameron says, going up Fisher, look at my rear end. The driver rear tire is fully exposed, and the passenger tire is halfway under my Jeep and rubbing on my
yeah.
shock and frame.
Uh-oh.
And frame.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So what happened? Did the joint come out of the control arm? I never heard, or it just loosened.
I think it just loosened.
I think it loosened pretty
Just
good.
wound itself out or
Yeah.
something.
Nana wants to know, how is your nearly amputated hand, Tony?
It's doing good.
It's fine. He's down to a band-aid.
Yeah, I'm
It's
down to
just a
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid, Mom. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Doing
It's a
good.
mere flesh wound.
Just
Yeah.
a scratch.
I get the stitches out on Monday.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
That's quick.
yeah.
Where can Jeff's in-car video be seen?
On my YouTube channel. I couldn't tell you what the name of my YouTube channel is because I don't really use it that much. But
Just search Jeff Perkins and it comes out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just search me and it comes up. That was the smoothest I've ever done that.
Yeah, that was good.
I never dropped down that
Not
spot.
one scratch.
You have to go high like he did, or
Yeah,
you
yeah.
belly out hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think last
And
time
I
I
just
came
hit my
down-
gas tank.
I think last time I came down Claw, that wasn't really a line.
Ah, this is sketch.
This is sketch.
I hate watching this.
The bypass.
Well, I think it just put him lower than
So
he wanted to be.
normally we go up and we make the rear tire hit that
Yeah.
rock, but he's on the other side of it.
Yeah.
And look at that. Dude, that's so sketch.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
So
You also
we-
have to
we
stay
watched
moving.
Yes,
just,
for sure.
And just hit whatever is
Well,
in
that's
your
where
way.
Cameron's wheeling experience paid off, right
yeah,
there.
exactly.
Cole asked, "Do you have to have a passenger?"
No,
not
I mean,
if you don't want one.
yeah.
Technically
But-
not.
That's
but
a
if-
long time. You might get bored.
and if you got a winch, you're gonna be really sad.
Yeah. So this is Cam. He gets up this line and he's like, "Nope."
No, like we're on the wrong line.
Yeah.
Time to back up.
Just thinking about it, he would have been less sketch than me in that wheelbase.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is probably a good time to talk about. We're gonna come out with a longer version of this, right?
Yeah, we found a bunch of footage that wasn't in it, so we'll have an uncut version where we're gonna kind of
Which is gonna be more like your in-car.
footage,
yeah.
and keep all the same stuff, but we're gonna kind of talk about what's happening during all of it.
Like we're doing now.
Yeah, we might have a few of the other drivers zoom in for it, have their commentary, so it's gonna be cool. We don't know when we'll be done.
There's a great example of our TJ to LJ kit performing perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh, it always does.
Dennis
Especially
says,
the
"Yeah,
camera.
ask Jerry how it felt going down without going high."
Yeah. Yeah. I
Cameron
felt it.
says the upper link jam nuts came loose and the link extended
what
2 inches and shifted the rear end and ripped my brake line off.
There you go.
Jeez,
There you go.
here's the home stretch. Guys next door going at it.
Now I'm back.
Right now I'm like, oh, I know the drone's there, but let's just keep this. And then like that last like 8 seconds, I'm like, all right, we're just gonna send it.
Dude,
Yeah.
in car, yeah, this seemed pretty rough when you came across here. There was something in there that you
In
hit.
those whoops
I
or
don't, or
something?
maybe it's that. I don't know. Something as you came back onto the lake.
Oh
bed.
no, there's a big bump there, but this one, I always forget there's a freaking road. I always zoom through it.
Yeah.
It's my boy Jace, Andrew's son. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, what did
Yeah.
I just do?
Yeah, you're like looking
Look
at
at that
your
winner.
And then I'm like, Josh, where the heck did you come from? He's like, don't worry, I did finish.
Kelly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alan says Gunner and I had a great time.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it'd be hard not to have a
Nana
good
says,
time with
Cameron,
those
you're an animal. No brakes, no gears, and a finish.
That's right. We forgot to talk about that.
Oh, Wes is watching. He says, wish I could have been there with you guys.
The fire took out his clutch,
two. Yep.
right?
So this is funny. He's getting out. But he had a heck of a day, him and
Yeah.
Devin.
Yeah.
Then we open his hood and he's like, oh yeah, all that was on fire.
Oh, jeez.
He's a battler
Yeah,
though.
right. Look at the fire.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jerry said, going down that one obstacle bent my control arm. Time to upgrade the DOM to Summit aluminum.
Yep. Yeah.
Matt asked, what is the top speed hit in the fast section on the lake bed?
I only got up to like 65.
Yeah. I might have seen 70, maybe 70.
But most of the desert's so early that there's really not.
There's not much.
And then, especially at the end, you pretty much know where you're standing.
Yeah. Here's where he's gonna bend his control arm, right?
Yeah, that
As
checks
this
out.
drops, like, boom.
Go high there, Jerry Bear.
Ooh, the rocks are bigger than the Jeep.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He was sending it though. There's a clip that'll be in the uncut version that he blew by another Jeep in the desert and he was cooking.
Yeah.
Nice.
Robert
guys-
Fisher asked, was everyone on coilovers? Anyone on a spring and shock setup? Curious what the average speed was in the whoops.
I don't think we
anybody
did.
was on it.
No, I mean obviously the stock class in KOH runs some of these same trails, and they're running a coil spring and a shock.
Yeah, some of them
But-
move along pretty good, but
I mean,
not-
there's definitely an advantage to the coilover. Okay, so he went bombing across a desert and somehow upset something on his vehicle. Did they just figure out what it was?
I think it was a fuel pump issue, the wiring.
Okay, and then we
The
ran
JB
over there to
Classic.
push him across. So only a racer can help another racer. So
We
all
all
of us
ran out there
ran
and-
out there to give him a push back.
This is
across.
before you even went out and finished.
Right, right.
They were pumped though. He tried to call in an order from In-N-Out.
He said that it helps to have a race radio so you can call in your
Is that
in and out
the end of the-
orders.
Oh, we got a commercial.
Got an ad.
TV timeout.
Got an ad.
More questions?
I
More-
might watch that. We wanna get paid.
Steve Bird asked, "What's the deal with Jeff and the black hat lately?"
Oh, no, blue hat. What is
Oh
up with
yeah,
that?
I don't know. We got a cool, fresh new hat. I like it.
It's not fresh anymore.
Oh, it's got a few desert miles on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice decorations.
Yeah, it turned out good. All right, we're back.
We are back.
An ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Must have
All
missed
right,
that.
so this is the award
They
ceremony.
came out every day.
Jeff won
Yeah.
himself a case of 805
805.
bears, but I had already
Nice.
borrowed one or two,
Uh-huh.
so that's why it's open over there.
It's okay.
Jerry says
I'll
it
get
was
back.
not out of gas.
No, I think it was a fuel pump wiring issue.
Some it just stopped. It just quit on. So, yeah, this is a great. There's a lot of camaraderie going on. Everybody's telling their story of the day. Jeff had a solid run. He was charging hard. If you go to look at his in-car, man, he was definitely pushing it. So, I'm amazed he didn't get a flat. Like, wait till you see it.
Really?
Yeah.
See, it never felt like I
Were
was
you
in
driving
jeopardy.
that hard, Jeff?
He was.
I
Wait
didn't
till you
think
see
so.
it.
I think the video showed it was harder
Were
than
you
I
driving
was.
that hard, Jeff?
Jennings was even like, I can't believe you guys can go through trails that fast. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll turn it on tonight and watch it.
See, there was actually times like, should I be going faster?
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like no matter how fast you're going, there's always points where you're going to say that.
Well, the one
Yeah.
part that Jeff didn't talk about at the award ceremony was he decided to drive all the way over to 19 and 20 and missed Sunbonnet and had to go cross country back over.
You gotta
Yeah.
tune the bad stuff out. if you win, you can't
It's
concentrate on
funny,
the bad
Jordan,
stuff.
because
Yeah.
I'm watching it and I'm like, turn here, turn here.
Doesn't
Like,
turn.
Oh, it doesn't turn. I'm like, oh man, he's picking up speed. Like,
Yeah.
where's he going?
Yeah.
Like, oh
Going
dang.
there in a hurry. I tell
He's
you
on
that.
he's on a move.
Yeah.
He's on the move.
Nick says, and then we looked over and somebody had swapped the steering box on T-Moto. Are you kidding me?
We're ready
That's
to
so
roll.
funny.
That's right.
I forgot about that.
Robert Fisher asked, "What's the wheelbase for Jeff's TJ?"
106 and a half.
Don't forget the half.
Very specific.
Well, when I went to the Currys, I lost 1 inch.
Every half counts.
Or half inch.
Gotcha.
Cameron says, "We hit a new top speed. I think we hit 61 miles per hour in my four-banger."
Cameron was bombing through the desert. Like, I think he had more times than not one tire on the ground.
Yeah, Cameron, it's time for some shock tuning.
Yeah, or I think he just needs with the wider axle so we can go into a 2.5.
Yeah, something.
Mark
Or
Lawrence
not,
asked,
he got second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did pretty good.
Leave him where he's at.
Yeah.
"Any thoughts about listing the repairs afterwards, just for reference for the true experience of what you happen to need to repair?"
That could be something you guys talk about.
Yeah,
in
we
the
talked
next-
about it. I don't know if there's necessarily like a lot of repairs I have to do, but there's stuff I'm definitely going through with a fine comb.
Yeah. Like I put a new box and pump in after just to make sure, because my pump had run dry like 10 times.
Yeah.
So that was, and the system was filthy, right? I had metal
Yeah.
everywhere, so changed all that out. Other than that, I just checked nitrogen and we went to the turkey run for another 10 days.
Yeah.
So,
And to be honest, I didn't put that much prep into my Jeep before this, so I figured after this I'm due
for a good prep.
good prep. Like I haven't had my steering pump or orbital rebuilt in 2 years, and I'm usually adamant about every year sending that in, swapping it out. It's been a couple years since I rebuilt all my Johnny joints, so that definitely probably needs to happen. Besides that, should be alright.
But I would encourage everybody. This is super fun. Like even if you're, not interested in racing and you just want to get out and have this kind of an experience, it's amazing to get out here and do this with a bunch of other people. And you're really going against the clock. That's the bottom line. So even though Jeff took off later in the start, he got time adjusted. So it all works out for you.
Yeah,
So.
and it is just the most fun. Like, and you learn so much. Like, you can become a way better driver just in this event from start to finish. Just because most people come out with this for like turkey run, and they look great out there, but none of them are picking their own lines. It's just follow the leader, and this a little bit of separation,
And you
gotta
gotta
pick
your own line.
every line
Yeah.
yourself. So
Yeah.
Travers Enslow
That's
asks, Jeff, what modifications have you done to your engine? I picked up a 5.3 and a 4L80 for my LJR.
Personally, none, but I did order a semi-built crate 5.3 from Summit that's saying it puts out about 480 horse. And I had a junkyard one that I did a cam kit in, a Compcam's cam kit that was okay, but this one's way quicker. And it doesn't tick, so that's a plus.
Mike Stewart says we need a red, white, and blue hat.
What's that?
Mike Stewart says we need a red, white, and blue hat.
Oh, I like that. Mine basically is when I wear it.
Nick says, and when he says it went dry 10 times, that means the co-driver got out and refilled it 10 times.
Yeah.
VB Tom, did you have a honey wagon for the RVs on the turkey run?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, what just happened? Oh man.
Oh.
I hit clear instead of.
Do we have a
fireplace?
Cleared it.
You.
Do we have a start date for the budget TJ build?
I am shooting for right at the first of the year.
Well, we
Josh
only have 9
Nesser says
minutes.
my repairs were new long shaft on a front 60 and new selectable hubs. Cameron said I'm getting a new tranny and clutch this weekend, and I'm hoping to do the double triangulation on my rear end, so I stop bending links.
Oh yeah, he did say that he was buying that for his Christmas present
For himself.
for himself.
Bottom
yeah,
line-
that double triangulated rear end, especially after being from my car to Peter's car, so nice.
There's Jeff.
Bottom line decals asks what was Tony's time last year. Did Jeff beat it?
Jeff did beat
I
it.
did beat it.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're improving.
Does
Yeah.
Jennings
Every
still
year.
drive a Jeep? Yeah, it's outside, man.
Yeah.
It's getting a stage 1 this next year.
So this is the one of Jeff's in car, and there's no music or anything. It just starts taking off. What's cool is it's got the course and his speed and the
Yeah.
elevation.
Oh, that is
And this little blurb right here isn't necessarily on the course. That's extra credit.
That's cool.
Rick
He
Turner
just mobs
says
through
Oh,
here.
you took a
getting it out of
interesting line.
Yeah, I thought so
Terramoto
too.
is definitely a young man's game. 2 days of personal experience.
So now Jeff's got the mindset of I gotta make up time. He wants to get ahead of everybody before he gets to outer limits.
And after watching on the in-car, that was a great decision
Yeah.
because they were wadded up on that first corner
Yeah.
in outer limits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
These are big whoops through here. Big whoops.
Yeah.
Specialized Mechanical asked, do you need the factory gas evaporator if you use a fuel cell?
Well, it depends. To meet the rules, you're actually supposed to have an air vent that goes up to the top of the vehicle and all the way down below the bottom of the tank. And if you do that, then you eliminate the evap canister. You may still get some fumes. It does pretty good when it's vented that way. But the idea is that if you roll over, no fluids go on the ground. Ideally, you want canister for your oil, your transfer case, your transmission, your differentials. You actually want one of those for each of those.
yeah, and when you get tech for KOH, that's something
They check
Check
for.
for.
Yeah.
Nana says, great show, guys. The experience is an experience. The spectators and radio people and everyone has so much fun.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be an experience without Nana?
Without Nana,
Yeah. Now you can see it's getting dusty, right?
A little bit.
This is where, and I warn everybody in the driver's meeting, do not stop in that dust. You just get over a little bit and stay out of it.
Yeah, we just hammer down.
And it shifts with the wind, right? So each time the course turns, the dust could be going the other way.
The wind was okay this way, but once you made that turn before you dropped down, that's when it just went stale.
Yeah. Like this is getting pretty bad right here. And if you're watching, you might see somebody's flashing rear light in the dust.
oh,
Like
Josh said, let's talk times.
Yeah. What times?
Yeah, finish
Like
times.
finish
Like.
time?
Good shot.
From
You,
real
you don't
numbers.
have one, Josh.
Oh, shots fired.
It showed on the finisher
Yeah.
results?
I was 226. Cam was 250. I believe Jerry was 6 something.
Yeah. And I was like 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. This is when I'm like, I see him.
I see him.
Matt McDonough asked, what cameras and program did Jeff use to get the speed and map displayed?
Insta 360.
There's that flashing rear
Yeah.
light. You know, you can see that for a long way further than taillights.
Yeah.
So now Jeff got on a good line, and he's just going to rip.
Much better line. Although I still think he was on the better line.
See, this angle looks like he got 2 tires over in the bushes.
That's because 2 tires were over in the bushes.
So who's this coming up?
This is Josh.
Josh did a little jackrabbit here. He was like, there comes Jeff.
Yeah.
Don't let him pass. Look at him go.
I'm just waiting for the line to smooth, and I'm like, okay, this is fine. But then I'm like, okay, I have to gap him a little bit because when we drop down, I need to swing all the way over.
Right. Yeah, pretty soon.
Yeah.
Right
So
here.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah. So I will tell everybody, you know, Josh, Cameron, I don't know about Jerry, but I think all those guys are on 2.0 coilovers.
Yeah.
Where some of us are on the bigger 2.5s or 3.0s. So that does make a difference if you're thinking about something like
It
this.
makes a huge difference, and let me tell you, will make a bigger difference on the way out. Because if you're in a 2.0, your shocks are
Are
heat
done.
faded
Yeah.
and
They're
shot.
done.
Like you're just
Yeah.
on spring at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Jerry says, I was just hitting pit 1 when I heard on the radio call that Jeff finished.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're all on the same channel.
Yeah,
right?
that's so much fun.
It is fun. I know.
I was off the start. I was a little worried. Old Dennis was going to chat it up a little much on there, but he did good. Keep
So
reeling
watch
it
this. That riverbed's
He was
coming,
busy.
Jordan.
Oh, the little
Right
drop off.
there.
Yeah.
He just bombed off of it.
in. Controlled bomb.
Old Jeff.
When Jordan first
I
started
went down
driving,
like 30
he
points.
hit that too.
That's funny.
Because I'm watching, I'm like, slow down.
Yeah.
Like, uh-oh.
Sometimes it's easier just to stay in it at a certain point.
Well,
you know what
I
I mean?
usually check the brakes and then gun it right
Yeah.
before, but I knew it was there. It was controlled. So this is usually the only part I pre-run because rocks are going to be rocks.
Yeah.
Like it's just good old-fashioned rock crawling.
Yeah.
But the quickest way. I
Yeah,
guess-
finding the right lines. And,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and more importantly, finding the lines that like you just don't want to be on.
Right.
Like, would I rather eat dust for a
No-
half
nowhere
mile
to-
or be?
Yeah, like
Nowhere-
find a
nowhere
rain
to
route.
not be.
Yeah.
Nowhere to not
Yeah,
be.
Yeah.
And Nana says Marina did a great job on the radio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
She always does a good job.
She did good.
And she cooks for us too. We love her.
Yeah, she
She
could.
does.
All those volunteers did a fantastic job.
Yeah, they did.
Of cooking for us.
No,
Yes.
period.
Pretty much, yes.
I cooked a little bit for us.
Yeah.
Everybody cooked a little bit. Jerry says, I'm hoping for 2.5s or even 3.0 coilovers for next year with my wider axles.
There you go.
So I was really careful through there because there's a soft spot up here that I almost blew out in pre-running. I think it's right here.
I heard him yelling on the thing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like,
this
It's
one.
like,
yeah.
I think it was me.
That one's gnarly.
I think it was me yelling. I'm like, we're past the soft spot, and then we just kept going. But there's no great line from here to almost the out.
No,
the
you
outer
went
one.
way left. That was another one I was surprised. I was over a little bit.
Like
Like
on
you
others.
go over there, I think.
Oh.
Two feather channels.
Well, this all
was a great
sucked.
video.
Yeah, no, it does.
So I'm
It
like,
sucks.
this looks
Yeah.
smooth.
Yeah,
So I
try
was
that.
able to rip.
Yeah, it dumped you into the sand wash further over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next line over, you dumps you and you roll into that.
Yeah. It was smooth.
Yeah,
I
look
was
at
good
where it
with
puts him, Jordan.
You guys gotta catch Nana at the beginning of this video.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
Yeah. It's
the
funny.
other line drops you in like farther.
further up.
Yeah.
right there.
But
Yeah,
it's all smooth, so I was.
Yeah.
and now you can rip. This is fast.
Yeah.
This is also what the Pellegrinos call the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
We've had some
Bad luck out there.
Yeah.
Bad luck.
I
out
step
there.
carefully.
Yeah.
Bob Becker says Jeff makes killer burgers.
There you go.
And Nana brought chicken tenders for everyone.
That's right.
Atta
All those
girl,
are-
Nana.
Awesome.
Personally, macked a bunch of that myself.
Yep. Same.
So I know now you can see the dust like out ahead, right? So you're just like reel him in, reel him in.
Kind of. More so, I was like, well, there's this dust, so they're not going to get too far in front of me, outer limits.
Nick says picking a line through the desert is like picking a grocery store line. No matter what, it's always the wrong one.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
Two Feather Channel asks, who's turning the camera?
Oh, that's part of the app, right?
Yeah, it's a 360 camera, so it captures all 360, which is why it's such a huge file and a pain in the butt to export and edit. But
So whose dust is this?
I don't know. It's
Yeah, it
got to
looks
be
like a video
yours
game.
or
Just lingering?
it's got to be yours or
Bill?
Bill. Yeah.
I see somebody way over on the right line.
Are those the only two in front of you at this point?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That might be McKenna. Bill might be up there, and I know that's Tony's. Because McKenna was first off the line.
Robert Fisher says, geez, some of these random rocks in the desert section. Don't hit one of those. Ouch.
Yeah.
I've been there. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Those will end your day.
Those will cost you so much money.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just my dust lingering.
It is. It was still.
Wow.
Huh.
Whoa, that was a little wild.
No, that was fun.
Controlled
We did that in pre-running too. But this whole section was a little looser than I remember
Yes.
in previous years.
Yes.
I think it's pretty washed out from the rain. There's usually bigger 2-track. Like you can kind of
Get in a
wedge
groove.
the car
Yeah.
in the
But
2-track
no,
and
it
just
was
hook it.
it was pretty loose.
Yeah.
Because I remember in previous years we've gone faster than 60,
Yeah.
63 through there,
Yeah.
but now I just felt like I was getting loose, and I'm like, is that dust or a bird racing me?
One of the first years I raced KOH, I think I told you this, Jordan. There's two lines here, and I was battling Shearer or somebody, and I went on the left side, and he was on the right side,
And they merged?
there was people standing in the middle because they had only seen cars go on the right side.
Dude.
There was 4 people that got real skinny as the 2 cars went by at 100.
People.
Yeah.
6 o'clock?
All right, it's time, folks.
Okay. Let's see. The only thing I'm going to remind everybody is our 12 Days of Christmas start. So we got some great deals coming starting on Friday.
Sorry, Fred. But if you call us, we'll give them to you tomorrow.
That's
so,
right.
Call us,
That's right.
get your order in, we'll help you out.
We will, for sure.
Otherwise, we'll essentially have no sales tomorrow.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next Wednesday.